Call to order the Common Council meeting for Monday, August 4th, 2025. Roll call, please. The gentleman from the 9th is excused. At this time, I ask one to please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Need approval of the minutes of the meeting held July 9th and 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Moved in second. Any changes or corrections? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Citizens' comments, Greg Kishline.
Just need your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Greg Kishline, 8638 32nd Avenue. I appreciate the council offering public comments at posted meetings in Kenosha. State law says you may, not that you must. I find that a little bit odd, but I thank you nonetheless. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I trust you recognize this quote from Thomas Jefferson. Governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. It's from the Declaration of Independence. Government gets its authority from the voters, period. Consider for a moment that government can assume unjust powers. The president is now pressuring the Texas legislature to redraw their district maps to gain more partisan state legislators. Before the midterm elections, he wants to solidly another obedient authority to solidify, I can't see tonight. He wants to solidify another obedient authority in Congress and in key states. This is blatant gerrymandering. Texas Governor Greg Abbott assures us that gerrymandering is perfectly legal. Legal or not, it's immoral, and it conflicts with the founders' thinking because gerrymandering discounts election results, meaning the consent of the governed. Voters are supposed to pick their legislators, but those roles are reversed when the legislature votes itself the authority to draw voting districts. At that point, the legislators are picking their voters, and in doing so, they are hijacking control of state governments. The price paid by the voters is simple. We give up the right to free and fair elections. It happened in Wisconsin in 2011, and it was corrected in December 2023 after a multi-million-dollar Supreme Court election where Wisconsin voters spoke loudly. When the majority in any legislature cherry picks geographical areas based on their voting history, district lines are redrawn around favorable voters. The new district map determines which party sits in the majority, no matter that it's illegitimate and regardless of popular vote totals. The right to free and fair elections is surgically removed from the voters. Before his re-election, the DOJ, Department of Justice, Federal Department of Justice, charged Trump with this very act. It was count 4 in the DOJ's indictment, and I quote, conspiracy against the right to vote and to have one's vote counted in violation of 18 U.S. Code Section 241. To put it another way, the majority in the Wisconsin legislature was gained through district maps, not the popular vote. Trump is directing the same thing to happen in similar partisan-dominated legislatures across the country: Florida, Indiana, Missouri, New Hampshire, and Ohio specifically. The result is election fraud. It's by design, it's brazen, and it occurs prior to the voters entering the polls. It's happening in Texas in the public eye with no attempt to disguise it. When asked to defend it, Governor Abbott changed the subject to flood relief and bribery of Texas legislatures. I heard him say it this morning. I don't understand how Congress can abdicate their check and balance responsibility in the face of illegal and unconstitutional overreach by the president. Example, the Constitution gives tariff authority to Congress, not to the president. The Supreme Court is likewise culpable, ruling that the chief executive is immune from criminality while in office. Trump's overreach and the passive approval that he collects are equally appalling to any student of the Constitution or American history. This is dishonest government. It nullifies legal votes, and
Sir,
I do
you have
not
30
consent
seconds.
to the seizure of the right to vote in Texas, Wisconsin, or in any other state.
Marietta Huff.
Marita Huff, 7939 34th Avenue. My friends, many of them, couldn't give you their address because they don't have one. I'm a longtime homeless advocate. Kenosha has the Shalom Center, which is a wonderful place, but getting people through the Shalom Center and into housing is a bottleneck, and so they're there longer than they should be, and so it's always full, and so there's not enough room for everybody. Since that's the case, there are many people living outside due to the lack of affordable housing, or they're living in their vehicles. The numbers living outside was fairly stable from the pandemic until this year, but now it is growing. We see new homeless people every day, practically. Every time I'm feeding people on Monday and Wednesday at my church. And the agencies are saying the same thing. The point-in-time count, which was in July, found more people than ever. And this is bad, but I fear it's only the beginning. The Supreme Court decision last year sided with Oregon, saying that the homeless people may be removed from public spaces even if they're not causing trouble. There may or may not be a connection, but in July, the police started increasing patrols in parks, especially Library Park, after 10 p.m. when the park is supposed to be closed. And yes, there's not supposed to be people there. And the police were giving out warnings and even tickets for $124 a piece to people that were just sleeping. And yes, at least 4 people that I know of got them. There may have been more. So this is Wallace, by the way. He's a friend of mine. Some people sleeping in the parks or in their cars next to the park got these got the warnings and the tickets. Don't you think that citizens, whether they pay real estate taxes or not in our city, should have a place to exist legally from 10 p.m. until 8 p.m.? They can't be on public property. They can't be on private property. Do you know of another kind of property that they could be on? What are they supposed to do? Turn into vapor for the night? The Shalom Center has received a large increase in the number of phone calls seeking shelter. 40% of those people are families with children. DOGE cut the funding for utility assistance as one of their first things, and so there won't be the help from UMOS. So when those big utility bills start coming in on these drafty rentals and people can't pay them, their utilities will be shut off. They will be evicted. The landlord can't have his pipes freezing. And so we are going to see a lot of people coming into homelessness. So in July, President Trump helped us out by issuing an executive order regarding homelessness, which makes general statements about homeless people. Most of them, or the vast majority, are addicted to substances or alcohol, are mentally ill, and are dangerous. Well, I have worked with people for 30 years that are homeless, and I've never felt endangered. The executive order also says that all encampments should be cleared, and that homeless people could be put in treatment centers or care centers with or without their consent. Well, that's illegal, and there aren't enough care centers anyway. And that does not promise any increased funding for these things. Myself and several volunteers are trying to bring together as many individuals and groups as possible to work with as a homeless support committee within the ESN, the Emergency Services Network, to brainstorm and develop actions that might help the homeless people, and we're trying to do something before winter comes. More than ever, we need to address these issues locally. There will be no help coming from the state or the federal. We'll be lucky if they don't cut the funds that they're giving now. We have women with children sleeping outside now. Do we want that to continue and increase into the winter? I know that you have given yourselves to serve this community and that there's very little that you can do regarding money.
Ma'am, you have 30 seconds.
Oh, Lord. You can not turn away. You can try to help, and I will send you another email. Thank you.
Derek Gray.
Can I take Eric's time? He decided he doesn't want to talk.
Okay, please continue.
B, communications, petitions, reports of departments. B1, approval of the following applications per list on file in the office of the city clerk. A, 35 operators licenses. B, 3 special class B beer and or special class B wine licenses. C, 1 taxi driver license. D, 1 amusement and recreation enterprise supervisor.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license and permit.
Moving to second to concur with license and permit. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C, recommendation from the Committee on License and Permits. C1, application of Stephen Schultz for a new operator's license.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license permit for C1, C2, and C3 after being read in any necessary public hearings.
C2, application of Halima Hassan for a new operator's license. C3, application of Tracer Manos LLC for a temporary outdoor extension of the Class B beer, Class B liquor license located at 6313 24th Avenue for an event on August 9, 2025, with no adverse recommendations from the police department, with a waiver to request of statute 10.075D3 by the Common Council under statute 10.075I.
Okay, at this time, open it up to a hearing. Anyone here to speak on C1, 2, or 3, please come forward, state your name and address.
My name is Angelica Castillo Valdivia. I'm at 6618 25th Avenue, and I'm here for Tres Hermanos in case anybody has any questions.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else on C1, 2, or 3? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C4, application of Airbnb LLC for a temporary outdoor extension of the Class B beer, Class B liquor license located at 621 56th Street for an event on August 5th, 2025, with no adverse recommendations from the police department, with a waiver request of statute 10.075D3 by the Common Council under statute 10.075I.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to approve C4 through C11 after being read in any necessary correction. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license and permit on C4 through C11 after being read and any necessary applicant hearings.
Okay.
C5, application of Airbnb LLC for an outdoor cafe area license located at 621 56th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C6, application of Revival Room Resale LLC for a secondhand article dealer license located at 3417 14th Avenue, Suite 2, with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C7, application of CD Warehouse Corp. for a public entertainment license located at 2529 75th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C8, application of Urban League of Kenosha and Racine for a daily cabaret license located at 624 57th Street for an event to be held on August 30th, 2025 with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C9, application of MLJ Kenosha LLC for a yearly cabaret license located at 3221 60th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C10, applications of Finn and L Lakeshore LLC located at 4120 7th Avenue with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, new Class B beer, Class B liquor license upon surrender of a similar license from James Matzer. B, probationary cabaret license. C11, application of Prestige Energy Worldwide for a new Class A beer, Class A liquor license located at 2802 52nd Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department to be effective August 5th, 2025.
Okay, we'll open up to a hearing. Anyone here to speak on C4 through C11, please come forward, state your name and address.
Hello, my name's Sydney Van Kamen. Address is 1391 Oxford Lane, apartment 207, in Round Lake, Illinois.
I'm Madeline Filippello, 8200 75th Street, Lot 52, Kenosha, Wisconsin. We're here for C6 revival room resale, just if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you. If there are, we'll call you back up.
My name is Deshaun Foster, address 4825 42nd Avenue. I'm here on behalf of C8 if you have any questions.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else on C4 through C11? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence. Gentleman from the 14th.
I need to abstain from C8 because I serve on the board of the Urban League.
That will be noted. Thank you, sir. Gentleman from the 17th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to abstain from C9 for personal conflict. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, motion on the floor is concurrence with the gentleman from the 14th abstaining on C8, gentleman from the 17th abstaining on C9. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
E, ordinance's first reading. E1, ordinance by principal sponsor Alderperson Rocco Lomacchia to repeal and recreate section 3.23 regarding automatic fire sprinkler systems.
Gentleman from the 5th.
Motion to approve, or motion to send on their way E1, F1, and G1 after being read.
G1 is the second reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. E1 and F1. Apologize.
On your laptop, sir.
There we go.
Moved and second to send E1 and F1 on their way. Any discussion? Seeing, oh, I'm sorry, you gotta read it.
F, zoning ordinance's first reading. F1, rezoning ordinance by the City Plan Commission to rezone the properties at 1822 53rd Street and 1710 53rd Street from IP Institutional Park District to RG2 General Residential District.
Okay, motion on the floor is to send it on its way. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
G, ordinance's second reading. G1, ordinance by principal sponsor Alderperson Jan Mahalski to amend subsection 7.26 regarding increasing the forfeiture of handicap parking violations.
Gentleman from the 3rd.
Move to approve G1.
It's been moved and second to approve item G1. At this time, we'll open up to a public hearing. Anyone here speak on item G1, please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is just and only to increase the fine for parking illegally in handicapped spots. I've gotten a couple of people who have these vans and children in wheelchairs, and they could not park in front of a store because the handicapped spot was occupied by a vehicle without a handicap sticker or a disabled license plate. And the only alternative is if they can find a spot in the back of the lot because they need the extra wide for the van to lower the wheelchair, et cetera. This is a situation. There are people who are unfortunately, I was going to say, there are people who are jerks and they will park in the handicap spot. This is merely somewhat of a disincentive. So this is only for handicap, does not include any other parking restrictions, any other parking fines, just for the handicap parking space alone. And item I3, if you vote yes on this, and I'm hoping you do, I3 is a resolution that goes along with this. So I3 is basically the same topic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing none. Motion on the floor is approval. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. H, ordinance's second reading, H1, zoning ordinance by the mayor to recreate subsection 8.02 QQQQQ of the zoning ordinance to amend the land use plan map for the city of Kenosha 2035.
Gentleman from the third.
Move to approve H1 and H2 after being read and necessary public hearings.
H2, rezoning ordinance by the mayor to rezone the property at 4807 7th Avenue from RG2 General Residential District to B4 Mixed Use.
Okay, at this time, open up to a public hearing. Anyone here to speak on item H1 or 2? Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. I, resolutions, I1, resolution by the Committee on Public Works to order the cost of public sidewalk and/or driveway approach construction and/or replacement to be specially assessed to abutting property for project 25-1040 71st Street resurfacing.
Gentleman from the 15th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to concur with the findings of Public Works on I1 and I2 after being read.
I2, resolution by the mayor to amend condition number 14 of resolution 4-25 to grant a 6-month extension for a recording of a 2-lot certified survey map for property at 70th Avenue north of 46th Street. I3, resolution by principal sponsor Alderperson Jan Mahalski, amendment to City of Kenosha bond schedule for the City of Kenosha Municipal Court approved by Common Council resolution number 6.
I got it.
6-14 dated January 8, 2014.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I believe it was just I1 and I2, correct, Mr. Chair? Okay, thank you. I assume that's what you were going to try to tell me. That is correct. Okay, thank you, sir. Your help is noted. At this time, we'll open up to a public hearing. Anyone here to speak on item I1, please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence in I1 and I2. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. I3, resolution by principal sponsor Jan Mahalski, amendment to the City of Kenosha bond schedule for City of Kenosha Municipal Court approved by Common Council resolution number 6-14 dated January 8, 2014.
Gentleman from the third.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move to approve I3, and my comments about it will be the same.
Can we get a second?
Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded to approve item I3.
Any comments on this?
At this time, any discussion? Gentleman from the third, please continue.
Any comments I make on this are basically reinforcing what I said on G1. This goes along with the ordinance change. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion on the motion to approve? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. J, appointments, reappointments by the mayor. J1, reappointment of Veronica King, Kenosha, to the Sex Offender Residence Board to fill a term that begins August 8, 2025 and will expire August 7, 2030.
Motion? Moved and seconded to approve item J1. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. K, public construction and improvement contracts. K1, award of project 25-1576 Fire Station 7 improvements, Phase 2 to Kenosha Construction in the amount of $138,600.
Gentleman from the 15th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Make recommendation to approve K1 and L1 after being read. Concur with Public Works.
L, other contracts and agreements. L1, right-of-way encroachment agreement by and between Harbor Park Parcel B Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel C Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel D Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel E Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel F Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel G Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel H Condominium Association, Inc., Harbor Park Parcel I Condominium Association, Inc., and the City of Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Okay, at this time, motion on the floor is concurrence on K1 and L1. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. M, recommendations from the Committee on Finance. M1, disbursement record number 13, $5,541,308.87. Finance recommended to approve, 5-0.
Gentleman from the 13th.
Move to concur with the Finance Committee recommendation to approve M1.
Motion on the floor is concurrence. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 16-0. N, Recommendations Committee on Public Works. N1, acceptance of project 22-1575 Fire Station 7 improvements, which has been satisfactorily completed by Rash Construction and Engineering. The final amount of contract is $672.21.
Gentleman from the 15th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Make a motion to concur with the recommendation of Public Works on N1.
Second.
Moved and second to concur on item N1. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please. Oh, sorry.
Motion carries 16-0.
Okay, at this time, open up to alderperson's comments. Gentleman from the 3rd.
Thank you. I will be very brief, and this is kind of a celebratory thing. I just wanted to give a heads-up congratulations to Chris Allen and the Kenosha History Center that had the AMC homecoming events, and there were several, and they were a wonderful way to showcase this city, and we had a lot of people here. The weather held up, even though they were predicting bad weather, it held up very nicely. We were able to showcase some of the stuff that is coming up. The mayor was there at the KIN. There were a lot of other things that were going on, the Kennedy Park. And we were able to have a kind of a synergistic relationship between that and the other events down by the lakefront. So people that came to see the AMC cars or participate there, maybe they went to the Taste of Wisconsin, maybe they went to the Harbor Market or the Harbor, the markets down, downtown. Everything was kind of blended in, and it was a very, very successful thing. So I wanted to congratulate everybody that participated in these events. The fact that they were all at pretty much at the same time, I think kind of helped them all out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing none, motion to adjourn be in order. Moved and second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.